Welcome to my garage/workshop for the day. Wanted to talk a little bit about how I can help you when it's time to build new construction. Going to start with just a few stories of situations that have come up over the years working with builders and my buyers building those with new construction. One is we showed up to a new construction pre-drywall walkthrough. My buyer, his wife, she was in a wheelchair fighting Parkinson's. We had negotiated a zero threshold entry of the sidewalk and the front porch. They entered through the garage for this meeting. The construction supervisor and his assistant were there, they were there. None of them caught the fact, I caught the fact that they had not poured the garage and the sidewalk in zero threshold. So we had them jackhammer that up and re-pour that for them. Another example, had some folks, I sat down with the builder, the husband, and myself, and the wife was missing that meeting because she was pregnant and not feeling well. And I discovered that they had failed to put the chandelier on the electrical plans over the dining room. So imagine had the wife showed up on moving day and she didn't get her chandelier in the dining room. Additional example, recently a garage had a little roof section over it where the builder had not hung the trusses properly, and I caught that in the pre-drywall walkthrough, and that had already passed a city inspection at that point. Another example, they had failed to seal around the HVAC system and water leaked in, and they had already drywalled, so I made the builder tear that section of drywall out and prove to us and to my buyer that there was no mold happening back there. So those are examples of the type of things that I catch for my clients commonly. So this obsession with construction began back when I was 17. I worked on a framing crew building houses. And I can remember literally at the end of a day, I would have to pry my hand off the hammer because it had cleaved to the hammer. Today, obviously, we use a framing nailer instead, but that's how early this obsession with building started for me. My dad, my brothers, and myself, we physically built the home that my parents have lived in since 1989. And I also do most of my personal remodeling, renovation sorts of projects myself at my own home. So I've got a really thorough knowledge of construction, from the footers to the ridge vent, from the water meter pit to the faucet, from the transformer outside to the light fixtures. I really understand how a home is constructed, and you'd be surprised how often I'm dealing with realtors or the salespeople that sit in the builder's models who don't. And so don't assume that people know those sorts of things. I am obsessed with the details of all of this. I want to be for you at every meeting, on every phone call, every email, text, at the design center, throughout every meeting, every process. Many realtors, they will introduce the client to the builder and show up at closing, and that's the extent of what they do, whereas I want to be there every step of the way so that we help you make sure that you're getting something that's going to be good on resale. And keep in mind, my services to you when you're building a production builder are free. The builder is paying me to represent you, and you don't get a better deal on the house. You don't get a different price on the house if you don't have a realtor. That's a misconception. There's agreements between BAGI, the Builders Association, and MIBOR, the Realtor Association, that cover all of that, and they don't want to two-tier their pricing and risk alienating the real estate public. So that if you don't have representation when you're buying, then you're just getting less represented. And I want to be there for you when you sell and build the next, buy the next, whatever. So my initial consultation with a buyer commonly is 3 or 4 hours. I start by listening to your needs, your goals, understanding the big picture of what you're trying to accomplish. And then I give you a lot of education on how the whole process works from start to finish, because my goal is to help you achieve maximum equity, minimal stress to you, optimize the resale, and just make this a great experience for you. So if you're thinking about new construction, please give me a call before walking into the builder's models. There's lots I can do for you and help you and add value to your process. Phone number here again, 317-216-TONY, 216-8669, and looking forward to helping you build. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, comment. We welcome it all.